Hello all, welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games. We are here with our third mission of Saga by Maniac Games. This is Mission C, the backup unit. The call is in. The main team requires backup, and that's you, but you can't use the main entrance now. Ahead lies a disused secondary access corridor. Everything in it seems to be neglected and dusty, but according to the schematics Blaine supplied, there is an elevator shaft at its far end. This should take you down to join the others. A small door to the left leads to a narrow maintenance passage, running parallel to the main corridor. There are few guards in this part of Delta Complex, but perhaps not all the defenses are so obvious. Okay, so we are playing with Elise, who is the taller female in the back, and Ogan, who is a dwarf. And these two are more specialist. Elise is very weak. She only has 2 hit points before she becomes injured, but she has a life drain ability. It's a ranged weapon short. No line of sight is required. It cannot target scenery. If any damage is caused, you may remove 1 point of damage from Elise or any other mercenary within short range. She also has a stun ability. If Elise damages a minion in close assault, that minion may not act until the next round. And her feat is called Energy Vacuum. Make a life drain attack against all enemies within range. Now, her range template is the shorter one. I know it's clear, but the shorter one. So as long as we can keep Elise and Ogan over here in the same range, as long as she can stay safe, she can pull damage off of Ogan. Now, Ogan, he a little tougher for being a dwarf. He has some specialties that are basically it's deployable equipment. But first, we'll talk about he's got a burst pistol, which is a ranged weapon using the short template, the same one that Elise will use. His deployable equipment is Ogan starts the game with 2 sentry guns and 2 force fields. As an action, he may place a sentry gun or force field in an adjacent empty square or retrieve an adjacent sentry gun or force field, removing any damage tokens on it. And he has a feat called Shield Burst. Ogan overloads his power pack. No friendly models within short range of Ogan may be targeted by shooting attacks, and no enemy model within short range of Ogan may be activated. These effects dissipate in the end phase. And that's the right after the Nexus phase, before the new mercenary phase. So we have 2 sentry guns, 2 force fields. I'm using a generic blue token because the force field tokens are tiny and you wouldn't be able to see them. So hopefully we can get these down and try to figure out what's going on. I think the best option is for us to get Elise in this corridor here, because there's only this one guard, a lab technician, and she should be able to life drain that, but that will also give her, as long as Ogan stays on this side, if you look at the template here, as long as he stays within this short range, he can be healed, and that'll give him a little extra protection. If he can put his force fields down, that will be helpful. But he has to use his action to do that. So no fighting, and that's his one action. And he would have to do that after he moves, if he's able to move. I'm pretty sure if he's in close quarters with somebody, he can't place. He would have to fight them in close attack or take attack of opportunity. I'm not sure on that. That's not clear in the rulebook. If you do know the answer to that, leave comments below, and let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move Elise. She has a movement of 5. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to face her this way. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and search that crate. Because that's going to end my turn. I still have an action. So let's see if we get anything in that crate. And we get a loot card. Let's see what we get. Shuffle this loot deck real quick. Give it a cut. Alright. Ooh, a frag grenade. Discard this card as an action to make a ranged attack short with 3 dice. Ignores cover and darkness. It can target a point on the board and affects the target square and all adjacent squares. Nice little frag grenade. That might be used later on. So we search that, and that's going to end Elise's turn. Let us move Ogun. He only has a move of 4. And I don't want him to be in range of that security guard. There's 2 mercenary actions per phase and only 1 enemy activation. And if I get in range of that security guard, that's going to be the one that's going to have to activate. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's hold on. Let's read one of these sentry guns. It's a deployable obstacle, ranged weapon, long, 360-degree vision. The sentry gun may take a free turn in each mercenary phase after it is deployed. In addition, after each enemy action or square of movement that ends within the sentry gun line of sight, the gun will make an immediately shoot action against that enemy. All normal shooting restrictions apply. Sentry guns cannot take pot shots. So if we drop a sentry gun here or here, it's going to attack that guard immediately after it moves. And that will hopefully protect Ogun. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as his action, we'll deploy the sentry gun right there. Okay, so it seems like every square of movement that a sentry guard would make, it would take a shot at it. And the security guard's in range of it. So let's go ahead and that'll be our turn. We'll end it there. I wonder if Ogun gets the experience if the sentry gun kills someone. We're going to say yes because it's his equipment. So now we will go to the Nexus phase. And we got System Lockdown. Remains in play. No terminals may be used. Discard at the start of the next Nexus phase. Well, currently we're not doing any terminals. I believe we need to get to this door at the end here. It appears to be locked, but I'm sure one of these terminals will open it up. There's also a lot of loot we could probably get from these crates as we move along. So we have our 1 enemy activation. This security guard's in range of the sentry gun. It rolls 2 defenses, and the security guard rolls 2. This sentry gun only has 1 hit point. Let's hope this works out. No, it didn't work out. I hope you can't see that. Sorry. It didn't work out. So we blocked 1, but the security guard got a hit, which will destroy the sentry gun we put down. That's not good. Okay, now we go to the reinforcements phase. It is a 2. And we should be familiar now with a 2. A security guard is going to come into play. I need to give markers to these 2. Well, that's the end. We're now in the end phase, which nothing needs to be done right now, and we're back to the mercenaries phase. So we will move Elise 1 space and open that door. And we will go ahead and turn her facing the corridor. And that will be her turn. Now we need to move Ogun. 1, 2, 3, 4 to give him cover behind that. And he's still in range of her. His line of sight's not needed. And as an action, we're gonna drop another sentry gun right there. So, and that will do it for the mercenary phase. Let's move on to the Nexus phase. System lockdown leaves play. And we got planning, which is going to be play as a bonus activation. So that's 2 activations. This guard sees Elise and will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lab technician, I'm sorry. And this one will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe he has range and line of sight. But as this guard, when that guard stepped there, it automatically gets shot. So it rolls 2, and the gun rolls 2. And the gun misses, so he's gonna move there, which the gun will get another fire, which it managed to get 1 hit for 1 damage, and that will be 1 XP. These guys have a long way to catch up to Devil and Wrath. So he's immediately in range now, so he will stop there, and he will fire at Ogun. It doesn't appear that Ogun will get center. He can see all of his square, so he's not going to get a cover bonus. So let's see. He's going to roll. Oh, he has a 4 defense, so he should be fine. Yes. This is the damage rolled, and that's blocked. So no damage this round. So now we see 4. Discard that. That was the bonus activation. And we look for reinforcements, which is a 1. So we will do a lab technician right there. It's getting kind of crowded. Does Ogun. Well, let us move Elise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should put her in range. Not quite in range of those. of this security guard to perform a life drain. So it's a 3 attack against. And that's 2 damage. She would be able to heal 2, but no need to. Not damaged yet. I say yet because I'm sure it's going to happen. And that's 2 XP for Elise. Now it's Ogin's turn. We're going to have the sentry gun. The sentry gun shoot the one that's already damaged right here. Try to get him off the board. Sentry gun rolls 2 and he rolls 2 defense. And he rolled the 1 critical, so that's going to be a successful point of damage, taking him off the board. And another experience point for Ogin. Now, Ogin can take his move and action. This is difficult. Ogin is going to move 1, 2, 3. Now something happens when I enter that corridor by that computer. Your first few steps along the corridor are met only by silence. Nothing moves except you, and for a moment you almost believe that entering the complex below will be easy. Then, without warning, the panels on the walls along the corridor's length slide back and form recesses emerge the barrels of automated weapons. Each weapon's trigger could be overridden, and the corridor security measures deactivated by a skilled engineer, if one can survive their fire and get close enough to them. So, now these 4 crates get replaced by these defense encampments. So these are automated turret guns. And they activate, 1 can activate per turn unless there's a bonus activation. They have a 2 firing, they have a defense of 4, and 1 hit point. They cannot take pot shots, and they may not fire at enemies adjacent to friendly models, and it cannot be moved. And it's considered an obstacle. So these can be deactivated by these computers, I believe. And they have a firewall strength of 1. So now for my turn, do I hack the terminal, which I have a 3 hack in, drop a force field, or shoot at that security guard? Elise moves down on her next turn. We can keep her in range to heal if need be. I'm going to go for that terminal. I don't know if that's wise. Force field may be wiser. I will drop the force field here, which protects the squares adjacent to it. So if I move to either one of the computers, I'll have the force field. It can take 3 shots. It can also be attacked directly. So that will end the turn. So for the Nexus player, remove 1 damage counter from any minion that is not in the front arc of a mercenary. That's not possible, so it will become a bonus activation. So for the first activation, this encampment, because he's facing this way, is going to shoot the dwarf Ogun in the back. So it rolls 2, and we will roll 1 less, which is 3. Blocked 1 critical, but 1 critical success is going to get through, placing 1 damage on Ogun. So that was the first activation. The next activation is going to shoot again. And it gets another hit. I don't know how wise of an idea this was. Oh, I'm sorry. That would go through the force field, so the 2 damage would be placed on the force field. That was my mistake. That's why we put the force field down. Okay, so that's the Nexus phase turn, and now we do reinforcements, which is going to be 2, which is going to be another security guard. And should have moved that minion up. We'll do that on the next turn. So now the mercenaries phase. Elise is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She moves 5. She's still in range. And she's going to do her life drain onto that security guard. And 1 critical, and the security guard blocks it. And that's it on that. Now, Ogun is going to attempt to disable it has a complexity of 2. And we got 1 success, so that is a failure because we would need 2 on the roll. So we did not deactivate that defenses. And we will have this turret. That turret is going to shoot the encampment that's been shooting Ogun, trying to shoot Ogun in the back. So the encampment rolls 4. Wow. This is going to be real tough. And we roll 2. And it blocked. That was blocked, and no damage on the other one. So that's no damage on the encampment. So that will end the mercenary phase. Now the Nexus phase, we draw a bonus activation. So this guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to attack the force field directly. And he blocks the force field. He blocks the damage. The force field is able to resist being destroyed. And that will be the first activation, and this encampment is going to fire again into the back of Ogun for no damage. No damage to the force field. That will end that. Now for reinforcements. And it is 3. So we will now get a security guard for 2 and a lab technician. That great grenade would be fantastic right now. But Elise is not in range. Wow. We will have Elise go first to try to attack that security guard with her life drain. And blocked. She manages to do 1 damage, and therefore he cannot activate next during the Nexus phase. So unable to activate. And we'll keep her there. Ogun is going to try the terminal again. And he only gets 1 success, which is a failure. And that's going to be his turn. And the sentry turret is going to fire its 2 at the damaged security guard. And it does 1 damage, killing it. So Elise gets 1 XP for doing the first point of damage. And Ogun gets an XP for the second point, killing the security guard. And that's the end of the mercenary's turn. So let's go to the Nexus phase. Remains in play. No system lockdown. Remains in play. No terminals may be used. Discard at the start of the next Nexus phase. Well, that is just dandy. So we will, for our activation, we have to get these guys in here. 1, 2, 3. He's going to shoot. Ogun. And Ogun really blocks that. It's fantastic. So that was it. Now we go for reinforcements. Warning siren remains in play. The mercenaries trip and alarm. Add 2 to reinforcement values until the alarm is turned off. Add optional to terminal menu. Disarm alarm, complexity 2. Oh, you know what? This is not going to go and play. This is the reinforcements card. That's awesome, because this is bad. So it's 3, so we have to do 3 reinforcement points, which is going to be a security guard and a lab technician. Now it's Ogun's turn, and he is going to move. I don't want to do this. He is going to, since I can't do anything with a terminal, I want to put down a sentry turret. So Ogun is going to move here, and he's going to drop. That's not good. He's going to move here and drop the turret there. And this turret is going to fire on this security guard. 2 versus 2, and he gets 1 hit. And that's 1 XP. And now it's Elise's turn. She's in a life drain. The first security guard with 3 gets 2. And 2 are blocked. And we get 1 damage on that security guard also. Whoops, these are XP tokens, not damage tokens. There we go. They each have 1 damage, and she will gain an XP for that. There's no one to heal. This is not working well at all. This is not going good. So the system lockdown at the start of the Nexus phase. And the Nexus card is choose a mercenary. All enemy models that can fight it without moving will do so. And that's not possible. So it's going to become a bonus activation. So this security guard is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to fire at Ogun. It's 2 versus 4. And Ogun blocks it. And then this defense encampment is going to attack Ogun at 2 versus 4. Which it rolls 1 hit that we block. So that's the bonus activation. Now reinforcements. Remains in plays. Enemies incoming. The mercenaries are taking too long, and it's no secret that they're here. Add 1 to activation values and 2 to reinforcement values for the rest of the game. So the 2 activations is going to be hard. Now it's the mercenaries' turn. Ogun is going to try to hack this terminal. We got to hack these terminals. And we would have gotten X610. We done it, but we were blocked, so that's a failure. This sentry gun is going to shoot this enemy right there at a 2 versus 2. And it does 1 damage. So everybody has 1 damage on the board almost. And then this sentry gun is going to attack this. It's an XP for Ogun for that damage. It's going to attack this damaged lab technician, which only rolls 1 defense. And we rolled 1 hit, so that will kill the lab technician. And another XP for Ogun. And that's the end for Ogun's turn. Both turrets have fired. Yeah, both turrets fired. Is Elise in range of this guy? Yeah, Elise is going to do her life drain on this gentleman with 1 damage. So 3 against 2. She rolled a critical, so that will take him out. Damage out of there. That will take him out and give her another point of XP. And therefore ending her turn. Now we go back to the Nexus phase. And we have target acquired. Choose a mercenary. All enemy models that can shoot it without moving will do so. So this one will shoot at Ogun. Wonder if encampments count as enemy models. We'll say they do. So this is the security guard. Rolls 2, we block it. Now this defense encampment. And he rolls and we block it. So didn't really matter if it was able to be done. We did it and that's over. Now we have 2 activations to do. We're going to move a model in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to attack the turret. And misses. And then the second activation, this encampment is going to fire at Odin. And we blocked it with 2 critical successes. Okay. We have been stuck on this for a while. Let us do the reinforcements, which is going to be 4. So that's going to be a security guard and 2 lab technicians. You're going to start from the highest and go down. So first we would spend 2 on a security guard. Then we need to spend 1 on a lab technician. We only have 1 left, so that will be another lab technician. They are really stacking up. So that will end the Nexus phase. It is time for the mercenary phase, and Ogun will try once again to unlock this terminal. And yes, we did it. 2 successes. We remove this encampment, and that is 1 down. Looks like we have 4 to go. Now his sentry guns are going to fire. This one is going to fire at this damaged security guard. This will be 2 versus 2. Looking for 1 damage. And we did. We got 1 damage. So another XP. Now, you know, I think these security turrets, sentry turrets, were supposed to shoot every time someone moved into its space, and I haven't been doing that. I'll try to remember it for the next time it happens. Elise is going to life drain this lab technician. What she manages to do 2 points. Just taking it off the board. Giving her 2 XP. And that will be the end of the mercenary phase, the Nexus phase. A bonus activation. So that is 3 activations this turn. So this sentry turret has line of sight on the reinforcement point. So it would move 1 and then it would get fired upon. And it went off the table. Reroll it, and it's blocked. So does the security guard? The security guard is going to attempt to shoot the sentry gun, which is going to have to go through the force field. But we'll roll it. And we blocked 1, so that's 1 more damage on the force field, and it is removed from play. So the force field is down. And now the security guard has taken an action, so it gets shot at again. After an action or movement, it fires. The sentry gun fires. And he blocks it again. So now it's the second activation. Security guard is going to fire at the sentry turret. 2 versus 2. And he gets 2 hits. It is destroyed. And now for the third bonus activation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? He's not going to do that. 1, 2, and that turret's going to get a shot at him. And it does 1 damage, giving an XP. And then the security guard is just going to fire at Ogun. 2 versus 4. And that's a block. And that's 1 damage on Ogun. So this goes directly on Ogun because the force field is down. So that's his first damage. Hopefully Elise can do that. Heal that up. So it's back, but we have to do reinforcements, which is going to be 2, but we have to add 2 to that, so it's going to be 4. So it's going to be a security guard and 2 lab technicians. Wow, the line is so long it's off the table. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 figures waiting to enter the battlefield. And they have 2 activations. So it's back to our turn. Elise is going to attack that security guard with her life drain. And it is blocked. That's not good. We needed that heal. So it's going to be Ogun's turn. He's going to move here and attempt to disarm this encampment emplacement. Which it is. Oh, he does it. It wasn't blocked. So that's another one done. That's an XP. So both of those are down. The sentry gun doesn't have a line of sight on anybody, so that will end the mercenary's turn. So let us do the Nexus turn, and a minion may move. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and tuck that melee right there. And then for the first activation, that melee is gonna attempt to attack Ogun. And it's a miss. Second activation, this encampment right here is going to attack Ogun. And it rolls a critical, we blocked it, and a minor, and we blocked it, so no damage. So we go to reinforcements, which is 3, which is going to be 5. So that is going to be security guard for 2. Security guard for 2. And then another security guard for 2 more, and I'm out of lab technicians. They're all in weight, so we don't have enough points to place anything else, so we'll just not place one. I don't think they're all going to get on the field anyways. So now it's the Nexus, it's the mercenary's turn, and Elise is going to attempt to life drain that lab technician. And she manages to do 1 point. She's rolling really bad. But that will heal Ogun for 1 and give her an XP. And Ogun is going to break away and just take an attack. He's going to get these computers down. And he blocks it. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and face this way so nobody can shoot him from behind. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Here he is moving a 4. And then this turret is going to fire at the lab technician for 2 versus 1. And it manages to get the last and final hit. It's an XP. Oh, Ogun didn't take an action. He's going to drop his turret right there. So this one died. And let's see here. That's it for the mercenaries. Now it's time for the Nexus player. Warning sign remains in play. Mercenaries tripped in alarm. Add 2 to reinforcement values until the alarm is turned off. Well, automatically having 4 reinforcement values, we're running out of miniatures and they can't get on the field fast enough, so I'm not too worried about that. So there's 2 activations. This security guard is going to shoot the turret to try to take it down. What she does, destroys the turret, but it was an action, so this turret will fire on him for 2 versus 2, and he will block it all. So now we have, that's the first activation, and then 1, 2, 3. He will stop there and he will shoot Ogun. And it is blocked. And now we do reinforcements, which is already going to start at 4, and 1 more is going to be 5. All we have left in miniatures is... Oh, no, we have the 1 lab technician. We have another lab technician. So, a security guard lab technician is 3, and then another security guard makes 5. So, let us move to the mercenary phase. We will have Ogun's turret shoot this security guard for 1 damage. That will be enough to take him out. And that is an XP. Get this damage off the board. And now Ogun will move 1, 2, 3. I don't know how to. 3, 4, and face this way and attempt to hack this turret. Hopefully we get lucky here. And we got 1 critical. Oh, nope, that wasn't blocked. So that is 2 successes. That's another emplacement down. So now it's Elise's turn. She is in range to life drain that guard. And she misses. Wow, she has rolled bad this whole game. I don't think she was really did much at all. So now it is time for the Nexus phase. Okay, take any minions waiting at a single reinforcement point and place them waiting at any other single reinforcement point. Can't do that, so that will be a bonus activation, bringing the total up to 3 activations. This one is going to move 1, 2, and block him from moving. So she's going to attack 1 versus 4. And she hits for 1 damage. It's not good. And another security guard is going to... Actually, this security guard is going to shoot. And that is another damage. Wow, this is not good. 1 more and he's injured. It's not good at all. And he took an action, so he's going to get shot by the turret. And that's going to be 1 damage. Oh, no, just doing 1 damage. He hasn't taken it yet. So it's another XP, bringing Ogun up to 12. So, let's see. 1 more activation. This encampment is going to fire at Ogun. And it does another damage, injuring Ogun. He rolls 1 less dice now on everything he does. This is not good at all. So it's the mercenary's turn. This turret is going to fire at the security guard for a hit, killing it, giving you another XP. Seems like only these turrets are the ones able to hit things. We'll move at least. Whoa, move the map again. One, two, 3, 4, 5. We'll have her waiting at this door right here. And her action will be to life drain, hopefully successfully, against this lab technician, which is going to be for 2. So I can remove 1 point of damage from Ogun. It will kill the lab technician, giving 2 points to Elise. And now Ogun's out of danger for the time being. He is going to move 1, 2, 3, and hopefully disarm this last encampment. And magically, he does. Okay, let's see what it says. When the last defense emplacement is destroyed, the target sensor on the final encampment winks from a hostile red to an accepting green. You have successfully deactivated all the corridor's defenses. The echoes of laser fire are replaced with the tink-tink of cooling metal. Amber light floods the corridor as the elevator door at its end slides open like an invitation. So that opens up. And we just need to get through the exit. It appears that the door where Elise is locked. Let's see here. I don't see anywhere where it says how to open that door. I'm assuming it's at that terminal right here. So that's how we're going to play it, because if Lise has to go back through the firing thing, that's going to take forever. It has a complexity of 1, so I'm assuming this terminal will unlock it. We'll attempt to do that next turn. So it is the Nexus turn. We are out of cards in the Nexus deck, so we need to shuffle it up and draw again. And we've done this the whole time with the alarm still going off. But it's nice. Well, I just realized there's another reinforcement point at the top of the map they could have been entering. That's a... Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered. Because the defense encampments we're doing. So we got a minion may move for the card. So we will move this security guard 1, 2, 3. When he moves there, he's going to get shot at. And he's going to block it. Then he's going to move here, and he's going to get shot at again. But he wants to face this way, so he's going to get shot from behind, so 1 less die. And that's 1 point of damage. He's not quite in range yet, so he's going to move there, and he will take another shot. And he is dead. So that guy's first, that was just the move that killed him. So that will be 2 XP, which will bring Ogun to 0 and give him a XP marker, so he can go to skill. So let us do our 2 activations now. We're going to put one of these security guards up here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and shoot this turret, because that would have been the best option. And the turret is destroyed. That's the first activation. And then we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we will do reinforcements, which is 1, and we have a system locked it. Oh, no, that's a reinforcement card, my bad. So it was a 1, so 5, which will be 2 security guards and a lab technician, with the lab technician here and the 2 security guards up there. So now onto the mercenary phase. We will move Ogun 1, 2, 3, 4, have him face backwards, and he will attempt to hack the terminal to open the door. And he does it. He gets it 2, and he only needed 1, so we move the door token. It is now ready to be opened, and on Lisa's turn, she will open the door, and that will be her action. So now the Nexus phase is gang up. Choose a mercenary. All enemy models that can fight it without moving will do so. That will become a bonus activation because there is no eligible targets. So we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to block Elise from moving, and then we will 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's not going to move. I get a security guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's going to shoot Ogun. And Ogun manages to block the attack. And then That was 2, and then the final activation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he will shoot Ogan, which we blocked that, so that's 1 damage. So Ogan took a point of damage. He is now injured again, and we will do reinforcements, which is a 3. So 3, 5, 7. 7 points. Well, we only have 3 security guards, so that's 6. So I place 2 there and 1 up there. So it's Ogan's turn. He needs to take out that lab technician. He's in range, but he's only rolling 2. Well, let's take our chances. They're rolling 2. 2 versus 1. Or do we put a sentry turret down? That's what we're going to do. We're going to put a sentry turret or force field. I'm going to go with the force field. So that will protect him from fire. And Elise will move here. Actually, she's going to move here so she can life drain and heal. So that's 3 versus 1. And she kills the gains 2 XP, the lab technician, and removes a hit point from Ogan. And that will be her turn. The mercenary phase. Choose a mercenary. All enemy models that can shoot it without moving will do so. So that will be these 2 against Ogan. So glad I put down that force field. Which no damage got through. No damage to the force field. And now the next one will shoot. And we block that also. Now we have 2 activations. Where they can move to get a shot on Elise. Have to move to here. And still shoot through the force field. So they're just going to both fire at Ogan. And that was blocked. They're trying to penetrate this force field, but it's not happening. And that was a miss also. So it's the Nexus players' reinforcement, which is a 0, but we still have 4 points. And all we have available for the minions is a lab technician. We'll add them to the deployment area. So it's the mercenaries' turn. Elise is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Odin is going to move there. And we are now, when the mercenaries achieve their victory conditions, which we have, made it to the door. There are only 2 buttons on the panel inside the lift, up and down. You hit the down button and the doors slide shut behind you. With a squeal of poorly maintained gears, the lift starts to descend. The floor shudders and the walls rattle. Dust floats up from the floor. This has clearly not been used for some time, and it sounds as if it might be the last, its last descent into the Delta complex. As the lights flicker above and the lift picks up speed, you wonder whether this might be a one-way trip for you as well. Well, thank you for joining me through the final tutorial mission for Star Saga. We're going to start mission 1 here shortly, and we're going to pick our group of heroes, we have a certain point cost. I'll go ahead and tell you the point cost now is 460 points for equipment and mercenaries. I'm going to research to see who would be the best. If you have an idea, put it in the comments below. There's Ogun, Elise, the Devil, Wrath, Kirby, or Erica are our choices. And we will start mission 1. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you like the channel. And any comments, leave them below. This is the Crazy Gamer or Crazy Gamer Games. Goodbye.